Connor's done what we asked him to do when he got sent down. So he's been a real good player in the American League, and he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. So putting him with Naz gives a little life to our team. And the skill that he's shown and his ability to make plays at the American League level is going to give him an opportunity on power play as well.
What did you ask him to do at the end of camp?
We asked him to go down and he had to find his one thing that separated him from other players, and a lot of things for Zari comes down to the way he can make plays and see the game, and I think you see that by what he's done in the American League so far.
What are your impressions of his skating and his transition play, especially at the American level?
He thinks it well. I think that allows him to be in situations where he's going to have the puck. So when he's playing with Naz, he's a guy that has that same sort of mindset. So because he thinks it well, he'll be just fine.
Ron, how much of impact was moving him from center to wing and that in his progression here?
I think there's a lot to do with that. Like, it's hard being a centerman in the American Hockey League. It's even harder being a centerman in the National League. They have to do all the heavy lifting, and they're the ones that basically are always down low with your defenseman. So they have to have a good understanding of the game. And sometimes for a younger guy, it's a challenge. So we felt it was maybe in his best interest to see what he could do on the wall and see how he could progress from there. And he's done an excellent job.
How much have you missed Rasmus, just all aspects of his game?
A lot. Obviously with the stretch we've been through, you take our best defenseman out of the lineup, it's going to affect you for sure. Raz is a guy that touches every area of the game.
What did you notice the most in terms of those 4 games without him? Like, what was the biggest thing that you kind of didn't have?
Raz brings a certain level of swagger to every game, no matter what the situation is. And if you're down a goal, he's going to push to be a part of getting you back into the game. If you're up a goal, he's going to be pushing to make sure you stay up a goal. He's just got a level of confidence and swagger about him that I think is impactful for the guys that sit around him.
Seemed like it really bugged him not being able to play.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to sit and watch games, that's for sure.
What was the focus of today's practice? There were some interesting drills that we haven't maybe seen before. What were you trying to do today?
I was trying to get our pace of our game up a little bit more through the neutral zone. Yeah.
Ryan, it might not be as simple as one thing, but if there was one thing that could help the Flames turn things around, what would that be?
That's a good question, Wilsey. I mean, listen, everybody, we're not where we want to be. I can say that, and when you look at the team, you can find a lot of holes in a lot of areas that we have to get better in. For me, it's the taking care of the puck through the neutral zone, and that's been kind of the Achilles heel from day one, and it's something that we have to continue to work on. But we'll get there.
Ryan, what are you leaning on right now? Like you said, this wasn't what you had in mind from the start of your first season as a head coach. What sort of experience are you leaning on?
You still have your network, and you still have your coaches that you lean on pretty significantly. And truth be told, you've been in these situations before, whether it's in minor hockey, junior hockey, the American League, it happens. The challenge is to make sure that your next day is the most important day every day. And that's the way we're going to continue to look at it. And it's something that we have to fight our way out of. There's no doubt. This is a start we didn't want to have. Now we have to fight our way out of it.
Is Adam still a short-term thing?
He's skating still. Like, he was on the ice before our practice. There's just a few little things that he's still got to work himself through. So we're still terming him as short-term, yeah.
And do you expect the 2 maintenance guys, Zadorov and Dylan, to be fine tomorrow?
We'll see. As of this point, yes. Yeah.
Any thoughts on, obviously, not to further change the pace of question, but obviously the hockey world was dealing with the tragedy of Adam Johnson over the weekend, and there's been this conversation about neck protectors and guards. I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on that and whether or not they should be mandated.
I think you'll probably see them coming, would be my thought on it. I mean, the NHL's done a great job of making the slash guards, the wrist guards. Everybody has the cut-proof socks now. I think it's just going to be the next evolution in equipment, is that the manufacturers will keep finding different ways to protect the players. And it's funny, when I was in the States, you had to wear a mouth guard as a minor hockey kid. You didn't have to wear a neck guard. And it flipped when I came to Canada. Again, for my kids, they had to have a neck guard on, no mouth guard. So I think you're going to see it being standardized as we get going, right from minor hockey probably all the way up. So the manufacturing companies have done such a great job of the other little pieces of equipment trying to protect the players from the areas where usually there's skate cuts, and I'm pretty sure though something would come down the pipe.
If any of your players have opted to add neck protectors to their equipment?
Do I know if they have? No, I don't. Yeah.
Ryan, on sort of how do you balance being early in the season, like a sense of urgency, but knowing that there's still such a long period to go till April? How do you balance the mood of the group in that regard?
The mood hasn't changed. You know, there is some frustration, which is a tough emotion to have, but it hasn't changed in regards to the way they're showing up to work. So that's not the issue. I think all it comes down to is, again, is tomorrow's the most important day. You don't look far ahead. You don't look what's happened behind. You focus on tomorrow being the most important day.
Their confidence has changed at all?
When you don't win and you're not playing to the level you want to play at, I don't. Yes, would be the short answer to that. But confidence is earned. It's nothing more than that. Go out and work and trust in who you are and your abilities.
Ryan, is that maybe the light at the end of the tunnel, that so many players individually haven't played to the level that they've proven they can play at?
It's not even the player, Wilsey. I think it's more about our connection that we have as the whole group. So once we get that going, everybody else their individual games will follow suit. It's not the other way around. It's not the individual first. It's come connected as a group, and then you'll see the things change.